For the fourth consecutive day, emergency debate continues to echo in Parliament. A day after Lok Sabha Speaker read out a resolution in the House on the 1975 emergency, calling it a blot on Indian democracy, today President Draupadi Murmu invoked it again, calling it the darkest chapter of a direct attack on the Constitution. Vice President Jagdeep Dhankar too reflected similar sentiments. Now, the remarks by the President, the Vice President, the Lok Sabha Speaker have irked the Congress no end. The party has been raising safeguarding the Constitution as its main pitch this session, but is showing extreme discomfort over emergency mentions. Even its allies don't seem to be on the same page. DMK, SP, TMC supported the resolution against the 1975 emergency proclaimed by Indira Gandhi. An upset Congress lodged a complaint with the Lok Sabha Speaker on the same. Now, Rahul Gandhi and other India bloc leaders have met Om Birla, saying that emergency reference was deeply shocking and an unprecedented one. Why is the Congress so nervous, so jittery about the mere mentions of emergency? If it has accepted that emergency was a mistake and has expressed regret since, there can be no harm in commemorating it on its anniversary. Certainly, as a country, we cannot forget what happened. After all, the episode is important. Or is it that the BJP-ruled NDA is deliberately using the timing of this new session to remind the Congress of just who trampled on the Constitution? Is it wrong to remember the dark days in Indian Parliament or not? That's the big question we'll take to our guests in just a bit. But let me just point out why the Congress is so nervous or is so uncomfortable with the emergency mentions. It's actually not that surprising to understand. This is, after all, the darkest period of Indian democracy and the only time when dictatorship took center stage since our independence. It opens up old wounds and ugly chapters of emergency excesses, jailing of politicians, trampling of basic rights and press freedom. A lot of what happened during emergency, future generations today cannot even come to fathom. It dampens Congress's narrative of upholding the Constitution. Its past comes back to haunt it. It also blunts then the Congress's charge on Modi government and its proclaimed dictatorial style of functioning. Majority of India allies today, the India bloc allies of the Congress party today, are actually victims of emergency excesses. It also touches a raw nerve of Indian Muslims, who were the main target of massed forced sterilization campaign championed by Sanjay Gandhi during the emergency. And let's not forget, Muslims vote overwhelmingly for the Congress party today. The emergency debate in Parliament only fueling further war of words between the BJP and the Congress as well. Let me just point out where both sides stand. Now, the BJP, of course, is hailing the resolution by Om Birla on emergency. It is saying that emergency exposes Congress's anti-democratic thinking that harmed the pillars of democracy in India. The Congress is condemning the Speaker's move, saying that politics from that chair is unprecedented, because the Speaker actually mentioned Indira Gandhi by name quite a few times. The BJP further went on to say that this is just excesses during emergency being highlighted and being condemned in Parliament. The Congress says this is a travesty of Parliament traditions. The BJP, escalating the attack on Gandhi's, particularly said that Congress allies SP, DMK and TMC also understand the importance enough of backing a resolution on emergency in the House. They did not join the Congress in their walkout. The Congress slammed the Lok Sabha Speaker for raising an issue that was not on the agenda. Their basic argument is, what was the need to do this? So is it wrong to remember the dark days of emergency from 1975 and several months following that in Parliament? Or is it the right thing to do? We'll take that to our guests.
जून 1975 को लागू हुआ आपातकाल संविधान पर सीधे हमले का सबसे बड़ा और काला अध्याय था।
Imposition of emergency was the biggest and darkest chapter of direct attack on the Constitution.
That is a clearly a political reference. It could have been avoided.
I don't think that this is necessarily the right time to be discussing something that happened 49 years ago.
जिस तरह से तानाशाही चल रही है उसकी जिम्मेदार राष्ट्रपति महोदया भी है। राष्ट्रपति जी ने सरकार को रोकना चाहिए।
डीएमके, एसपी और तृणमूल कांग्रेस के नेताओं ने कांग्रेस का समर्थन नहीं किया, मतलब कि उन्होंने बता दिया कि वो इमरजेंसी का खंडन करने वाले रेजोल्यूशन के साथ थे।
Joining us on the show today, Neeti Jain from the BJP, Sujata Paul from the Congress Party, Salem Dharanidharan, spokesperson of the DMK, is also with us, and so is Ravi Bhatt, historian. I want to begin with Sujata Paul. In fact, Sujata, you were on the show yesterday. We mentioned this a little bit, so I'm glad to have you again today because the question remains the same. The question is, why should the Congress be so nervous if emergency is marked or commemorated? This is not about a party alone. This is about recognizing and remembering what happened. It's important for institutions, for country and an entire polity to do so.
Shivani, first of all, what happened in 1975 is part of our history. Nobody can deny that. So we have to accept what happened. However, if I might remind you that the system was still working at that time, and that is why it was the judiciary who punished Indira Gandhi.
By
Correct.
punish, you mean what? Sorry, which punishment are you referring to?
See, what I'm talking about is why was emergency imposed?
Yes.
There was a reason for that, right? Or election.
Yes, Indira Gandhi was found to have subverted the electoral process. There was a verdict.
Yes.
She was barred from contesting elections for 6 years.
I'm talking about,
and in
yes.
response,
So the process-
she proclaimed emergency in India, subverted Supreme Court's rights, subverted fundamental rights, subverted press freedom.
You know, Shivani, if you let me speak, then I can explain what I'm trying to say. and then
Yeah,
you
go
can
ahead.
ask me your
Go ahead.
question.
I just wanted a
Will you please allow
clarification
me?
because you said that the
Yeah.
Supreme Court punished Indira Gandhi. I thought you meant subsequently, like post-emergency, but I don't
Let me
remember
just
that
complete
happening.
now.
Yeah, okay.
In 1975, what happened is part of that, right? And therefore, what happened, nobody has said that that is correct. And in Parliament, no less than the then Prime Minister, Dr. Manmohan Singh, and Srimati Sonia Gandhi ji apologized for it. Is there anything more that can be done today? I want an answer to that. Is there anything more that can be done for that? Answer me and let me know if we have not done it. First point. Secondly, something that all of us have condemned, and if that is being repeated, it is because of a particular reason. Let's go to that particular point. Why is it being done? Because Jai Samvidhan is the slogan that was raised by the opposition benches. Jai Samvidhan is something that seems to be perturbing and rattling the Prime Minister and his entire lot. And this is why you have to talk about, oh, the Constitution was attacked. Because today, when the BJP, which was talking about 400 seats, have got 240, they realized that the importance of the Constitution and the fact that Anand Thekre and Jyoti Mirdha, your MP from Meerut, all these people were talking about why they needed 400, and that was to change the Constitution.
Even better than that emergency is remembered
Hang
in
on.
Parliament, isn't
And
it?
let me finish. I'm talking about the reason why this has been brought up. I'm coming
Yeah.
to whether it should be or not. So this was the reason. But, you know, BJP says that its parent organization is the RSS. They will not deny that. I want to understand that what all of us across the board think that was wrong and that the emergency. Why is it that Nanaji Deshmukh, who was the RSS Sarsang Chalak, had hailed emergency? Why is it that they don't question their own Sarsang Chalak on that? The point is that today, the issues, why is the government elected? It is elected for governance. It is elected to address the issues. The most important issue today is the paper leaks of the last 7 years. And
No, fair
especially
enough.
NEET
Fair
and
enough.
Cancer.
I get that. And I'm not
The
suggesting in
issues
any
are-
way that
the
emergency
oversight-
references. One second, Sujata
Supreme
Paul,
Court
you've had time. Let me
Senate-
go across to some of our other guests, then I'll come back to you. in no way can it be suggested that emergency that was proclaimed in 50 years ago should be used as an excuse for what is happening today. My question was simply that this is an important part of Indian history, Indian political history. If Indian Parliament doesn't commemorate it or mark it in some way every year, then where else would it be commemorated? It's not really the forum that is, it's not as if the forum is wrong.
Shivani, more than the issues of today, is it important to discuss this at this point of time? Discuss it next year if you want
But
to.
it's not an
All
either
right?
or situation. We have time for other
put it on-
issues too. It's not an either or situation, right?
The agenda. Don't just start talking about stuff when there are other important issues. Has the Prime Minister spoken about NEET? Has any action been taken in the NEET matter? Do you know that Pankaj Pachauri, a very senior journalist, has put a post on X saying that NTA is registered as a private society and so probably no action will be taken on it because it doesn't come under RTI? These are important questions that
No,
the
so
Prime
fair
Minister wants
enough.
us to
No debate on any issue has happened so far in Parliament. These are ceremonial procedures that are going on with the President's address and the VP's address. My point is, of course, it is not an either or situation. Those issues will be discussed and I hope NEET will be discussed. We've been discussing it very seriously here. Yes, Neeti Jain, the problem though is, while emergency can be marked, commemorated, yes, future generations should be reminded of what happened in India and why it should not be repeated. The BJP faces the criticism that sometimes you use what happened under Nehru, what happened under Indira or even Rajiv Gandhi or Manmohan Singh as an excuse for what is happening today. The fact that Indira Gandhi trampled constitution is not an excuse for the criticism today of whether the constitution is being upheld in its true spirit. Neeti.
Okay, so Shivani, first of all, I think Jai Samvidhan is not a problem for anybody in my party. The problem is the hypocrisy that comes with Jai Samvidhan. On one hand, you will hold the copy of the constitution and on the other hand, you will go on foreign soil and talk about every institution in this country. You will say there is no democracy in this country. You will badmouth everything that is happening in this country. That is the problem. And here you stand with the constitution and upholding those rights. The emergency is a part of our history. Everybody deserves to know what happened. You are talking about the Supreme Court. The CJI was changed by Indira Gandhi at that time. So even the judiciary was not independent in acting what it was acting. Rahul Gandhi tears away an act that was passed in the parliament by his own government and he tears it off because he thinks he is entitled to do whatever he wants to do, and that is the hypocrisy that's as relevant today as it was then. The media was not allowed to talk then. The Congress boycotts the media this time, now as well. They started the entire election campaign by boycotting certain journalists as well. So the mindset that the Congress works with is still the same, and that
Congress
also
is
needs
not
to
in power.
go to the people.
But Neeti, that's the distinction I was drawing. Congress
No,
is
they're
not in power. The government
That is
of the
true.
day
They're
will be
not
held
in power.
accountable with the way the constitution is upheld today or not. You cannot use 1975 as a shield, is my point.
No, this is not a shield at all, Shivani. This is just a day. 25th June was the day, and it happens to be when the parliament is in session. Why will not the government commemorate it? And Sujata ji said they have apologized for it. Madam, if you had apologized for it, you asked what else could be done. One, the people who are still in your party, like Jagdish Titler, no action has been taken against them. And the other point being that if you were really sorry about what happened, the least you could have done is stayed silence for those 2 minutes that were given in the parliament for the people who lost their lives at that time. You could not be silent for those 2 minutes. How is this apology? How is this being sorry for what happened? You are definitely not sorry and you're repeating everything that's being done. Just holding the copy of the constitution is not going to help you at all. There is a lot that needs to change in the Congress to uphold those values of the constitution.
Can I come in?
Yes, Sujata ji, 30 seconds.
Yes.
Two of our guests are waiting.
Absolutely. You know, the point is that look at what Neeti Jain ji is saying.
keeps talking about this needs to be brought out. Exactly my point, that the more important things need to be discussed. And on a day when you are matching the record of
There will
Nehru
be.
in your
The
own
session
words, you should
hasn't
be
even
talking-
started yet.
Yeah, now you're speaking in between. I didn't speak in between. Stop trying to justify everything that you're doing by finding faults of the past. The fact is that first you attacked Nehru, you wanted to equal his record, so Pradhan Mantri should be celebrating it. But because everybody was holding up, everybody in the opposition was holding up the constitution, you have been rattled. But you know what? You were after Nehru ji first, then now Indira Gandhi ji, and of course you can't stand Rahul Gandhi. And that is the reason why you're attacking him all the time. You're going to start opening all the cases because the Prime Minister cannot see him in Parliament. But mark my words, you do that and people will be out on the streets because he's the only leader who's taking up the issues
just
of
one
the
line,
people.
just one line,
And
Shivani.
therefore, the message that you're trying to send out is that anybody who says Jai Samvidhan is going to be attacked. That this is an indirect and
Okay,
direct
okay.
attack
30 seconds,
on Rahul Gandhi.
Neeti Jain.
Yeah. So first of all, the cases that you're talking about were never closed. Rahul Gandhi is out on bail, so the cases are all open. So nobody is going to
Yeah, so
open or
nothing was
shut those
happening till
cases.
now.
And the
But
second
now
thing,
if the
everything,
Prime
madam,
Minister
you
has to
spoke your
work
word.
with
Now let me
Rahul
finish.
Gandhi,
Now
then
let me
Rahul Gandhi
finish.
is not there
The
now,
other
then
thing
it
is,
will
you
be,
are talking about
President of India
history.
today.
Sujata ji, I did not interrupt you.
No,
I did not
answer this
interrupt you.
question
Now let
also.
me just say
I
one
will
line.
see Rahul
You are
Gandhi
talking
with
about
you,
Nehru,
Honorable
Indira
President.
Gandhi and
Today-
BJP attacking them.
No, today,
You are the
when
party
the
that
Honorable
always
President
comes
came
out
to
and says,
Parliament,
हमने आजादी
did you-
दिलाई,
did you
हमने
see
आजादी
Rahul
दिलाई,
Gandhi
तुमने क्या किया? तो जब आप history
One
को
by
use
one,
कर
please.
सकते
One
हो,
by one. Can I
BJP
can I
क्यों
can
नहीं
I
use कर
can I
सकते
please
हो?
trust all of you to
Walking?
speak one by one? Neeti Jain, I'll give you 30 seconds to finish. Very quickly, please.
So I just have basically 2 points to make. One is Sujata ji saying that BJP uses history selectively. I think this is the party that comes out and says every time हमने आजादी दिलाई, तो आप selectively you can't use history. If you use history to your benefit, let us at least remind the people about what you have done, the atrocities that have been done under you. You cannot escape from them. You can't
Okay.
just take the benefit of history and completely reject whatever has been done by you that did not go well in the history. And the second thing about the case is Rahul Gandhi is out on bail. No case has been shut. The cases are ongoing. And law enforcement agencies will do their work, whatever is
Yeah, I'm
required.
not quite. One second.
Shut
One
down
second.
cases.
One
Like
by
you
one.
go
One
on
by one.
saying that.
In Parliament.
Sujata
That's
ji,
your
not like
problem.
this. No, but I'm not sure why any of this is concerning Rahul Gandhi. I don't think it is about Rahul Gandhi at all. But anyways, let me bring in. No, I don't think so. I think that's a bit of a reach. But Salim Dharanidharan, I'm coming to you. The DMK, the SP, parties like the TMC, you're part of the India bloc. In fact, DMK Congress has a government together in Tamil Nadu. But you didn't really, weren't on the same page when it comes to walking out on a resolution like this or condemning a resolution like this. I just want to understand why. What is the DMK's thinking on the commemoration of emergency in Parliament?
You know what? If Modi 1 and Modi 2 was about Nehru, I think the Modi 3 is going to be about Indira Gandhi and not about unemployment, not about very high inflation, not about lower consumption in rural areas, not about even the NEET exam scam, and not about the corruption, not about electoral bonds, nothing. I think this is something I find it very difficult to believe because
MPs didn't walk out.
See, how much ever you try, there is no friction between the India bloc members. We stand
I'm
united.
not talking about friction at all. I think this is your guilty conscience talking. I didn't talk about friction at all.
What happened?
No,
See,
Salim, I am
think-
trying to understand just on the subject. Clearly, DMK, SP and other TMC MPs did not walk out. I'm just trying to understand from the DMK's point of view. You are a big chunk of the India bloc. What is your feeling about the resolution that was brought in? Why did your MPs not walk out? You clearly did not weren't on the same page as the Congress. The Congress is very offended by the resolution. You are not. That's all I'm trying to understand.
But anyone in the DMK come out and tell you that we are not in the same page, or anyone in Samajwadi come and tell you nothing. See, it doesn't mean that
maybe actions speak louder than words.
What you're expecting is if Rahul Gandhi would stand up, then every other MP of DMK will stand up. No, we stand for issues. But you can't ask minute by minute. See, the Rahul Gandhi has gone to the next room. Why hasn't your leader in the Lok Sabha gone to the next room with them? No, right? There is no point of friction here. But let me tell you this: whatever happened then in 49 is unfortunate. The Congress has apologized. DMK was affected by emergency, but now we are together with the Congress because we are forgiven. Okay, the mistake has been done. But the point is, what is happening now? Undeclared emergency. Two sitting chief ministers were arrested and put behind bars. There is no charge sheet on them. They are innocent and they couldn't campaign. In fact, they could have been sent to prison a year back. Kejriwal in that case. Is there any evidence found
One
against
of them
Kejriwal?
did campaign and only one of them is a sitting MP,
No, but see,
CM
that
in
after he
jail.
went to Supreme Court. That after he went to Supreme Court for the last 10 days. But what was the whole rationale of arresting them just few weeks before the election? It's very simple. Look at the timing. It's because the elections were there, they shouldn't campaign. Has any proof been found against Mr. Kejriwal?
Because
Nothing.
they did not respond to summons earlier. They were
No,
given
no, no.
time
All this knowledge-
and they did
there
not
is any-
respond to summons. That is not the agency's
Not one
mistake.
innocent until guilty.
No, you
There is no
cannot
evidence.
come up and selectively say ki,
How many people? No, I'll tell you this.
this is definitely not emergency, sir. I think you need to read about what all happened in
Okay,
that
fine, I'll-
emergency in 75.
No.
So whatever you're calling right now,
How
they
many
are
journalists have
inside
been
because of
arrested?
corruption.
How many journalists have been
They
arrested?
are inside because
How
of
many
corruption,
activists
and
have
at that
been
time,
charged
people
in
were put in jails just because they wanted to uphold democracy.
You know, those 16,
So
17,
you please
18
go and
years
read
ago,
about what happened during the emergency.
Ma'am, I
Okay,
didn't
one by
interrupt you,
one.
so I think
Unfortunately,
it's-
like this, nobody would be heard. I will give all of you a time again. Salim, yes, finish. Yes.
No. See, in how many people? Okay, these two could be anecdotes, but look at the number of people who've been arrested in ED. More than 4,000. 4,000 number of cases filed by BJP after coming to power under ED is increased by 10 times. I'll tell you one example. A TMC politician was arrested by ED, then he joins BJP, then he's released. Then again he goes back and joins TMC, ED is going to arrest him. How is it? How can this happen in a democratic country? In fact,
Okay.
think tank in Sweden has said India is now an electoral autocracy, not a democracy anymore. So India has already gone away from democracy. So,
Yeah, but
so
certainly
what
I
are we
hope
talking-
after
we have
these
to-
elections, the opposition, the India bloc will not parrot that line that we are some electoral autocracy. Have some respect for your own system that gave you the mandate that it gave you in Tamil Nadu and
Even in
beyond.
Russia-
But
No,
anyways.
even in
Yeah, please don't compare it to Russia. I've
heard.
heard this argument enough times. I don't have the time to
I'm
go
not
through how
comparing.
Russia
I
and
said
India
even.
are different.
Even. No,
but
no.
please,
You're putting words into
it
my
is
mouth.
not comparable to compare Russia
No,
and
Shivani, you're
India
putting
or
words into my
China
mouth.
and India. Please, let's not go down that
Sir, the
road.
fact
Let's
that
have
you
the
can
respect.
sit here
Let's
and
have
talk
the
about
respect
it.
that we should have for
10
our own
seconds.
system and
No,
our
10
democracy.
seconds.
Okay.
No, 10 seconds. 10 seconds. See, you're putting words in my mouth. I never said India is Russia, but I said even in autocracies like Russia, even several autocracies in Africa, elections are held and opposition do
No,
get
so
some
we are
percentage.
not an autocracy.
But-
That's the
but we
point
are not
I'm
there. I'm not saying
making.
we are there. But there has institutional
So don't
degradation
compare
that
it. The
takes place.
moment you bring in
I'm not
Russia
comparing
and
only.
electoral
I'm not comparing. I'm not
autocracies,
comparing.
you are
I'm
condemning
not
Indian
comparing.
democracy to
I'm
an
not
electoral
comparing.
autocracy. Just because a foreign institute says so, we should not be
No, but I can tell
in
you
such
evidence.
a hurry to take their labels on us.
Anchor. Play the role of the anchor.
Yeah, so I have an opinion on this. I'm not going to shy away on that. Why are you getting so agitated?
You're not going to pontificate. You're
No,
not
I
going to
will.
tell us
I
if
will.
There is authoritarianism in this country.
I'm
There is
not talking
autocracy in
about
this country.
authoritarianism.
Speak up
I'm
against
talking
it.
about
There is
labeling
undeclared
India an
emergency
electoral
in India, and
autocracy.
we will be speaking against it.
Sujata ji,
We will
you
not
can
allow
say what you want to
us
say, but I will
to
say
be
what I want to
under
say.
India. We will not allow
Don't be so
laws to be
dictatorial, no?
passed through ordinances.
What,
We will
don't be
not
so
allow the
dictatorial?
government
Why are
to
you
use
curbing my
death
free
of
speech?
young people.
If I want to stand up and say that India is not an
I have to
electoral
speak also.
autocracy, I should be allowed to say so. Why are you so upset about it?
You're not a panelist at the moment.
So what? As an anchor, I'm a citizen of this country.
If I think that there is autocracy, then
You
there
can
is
say so. So I am saying there is not an
It
autocracy.
is there.
It is
You will
absolutely
not
foolish to
decide
suggest that
what
India is an
happening in
electoral
the country
autocracy.
as a moderator.
This
You
is
have to
a,
listen
do
to
you
me
even
and
know
speak
what
in
this
life.
institute
Life
is?
is speaking
This
in the
institute
last 10
has 4
years.
or 5 experts
what
who
we
write
say.
the report on every country. Most of those experts don't even reside in those countries and write these opinions. If you were in your
No,
right
not just that.
mind,
Okay, Shivani, I'll
if
tell
you
you.
were in your right mind, you would have condemned those
If you are
experts,
in your right
not
mind,
your
you
anchors.
would condemn not talking about the need, not going to Manipur by the Prime Minister.
Please
You would condemn that.
teach me what topics to do.
you don't do
I have
that.
discussed need
You will
virtually
not
every
do
day
that.
of the week. I wasn't
will
even
not
talking
preach
to you.
me.
Why are you
will
taking
want
such offense?
to preach to the government. That is
I'm
your
not
job.
preaching
That
to
is
you
your
at all.
mission. Tell him to go to Manipur.
I'm not part of your politics, okay? Don't indulge me in BJP versus Congress. My point is that I will say it. If you are offended, be offended. India is not an electoral autocracy.
By the atrocity on the tribal.
No, don't make excuses now. You are offended. Just lower her mic. You are offended because I stood up for my country and said India is not an electoral autocracy. I say it again. If you want to be offended by that, then you can be offended by that. That's your right. But you are not going to tell me whether I can have an opinion on a foreign institute condemning Indian democracy. It may suit you today. And at least after these results, you should not condemn Indian democracy as an electoral autocracy.
No. Why?
I want to go across.
Salamji,
one second. One of our guests has not spoken. Ravi Bhatt, historian, is joining us. Ravi Bhatt, as a historian, we are told, of course, that you need to know what happened in your past so that you know where you're going and what are the pitfalls you should avoid. What is your take on this entire emergency debate or resolution in Parliament? Are current generations sufficiently aware of what all happened during emergency, or do you think our memory is fading about it?
See, as a historian, I'll tell you very clearly, the people who don't learn from the history, they learn the same mistake. So it is necessary that we must know that what happened in the past. The entire exercise of history is to know what has happened in the past, and we should build a better future. So, I mean, when we talk about my take is very clear. When we talk about the emergency, there are a few things we must consider. When political parties, they start claiming it, we understand they have their own interest in showing only a particular side of the event. But in general, I tell you, when emergency was imposed in India, that was the time that what was the reason that the electricity of all the newspapers were cut down? Why all the newspapers in different languages, in Times of India, Indian Express, Financial Times, all of them, they have given a headline giving all negative response, and very boldly, very badly they had given it. What was the necessity of that? Let me tell you. What was the necessity of that? Just in a very short span of time, as per the statistics of Amnesty International, 1,40,000 people were imprisoned. What was the reason to displace 8.7 million people? What was the reason to relocate the people? Here, again, I said I may be sounding I'm against emergency. No, the intention might be, I don't say it was good or bad, but might be good, because what 20-point program, which Indira Gandhi has imposed on that, and the 5 points imposed by Sanjay Gandhi. Total 25 points were there. And I still say, if you read the 5 points of Sanjay Gandhi, they were excellent. They were very good. Literacy was required. Caste system he wanted to remove. He wanted to, that dowry system he wanted to remove. Population he wanted to control. Tree plantation he was recommending. Absolutely good.
No, but the question is about whether it was done democratically or not. It's not about whether the ideas were good or not.
No, it was not.
Exactly.
No.
So when we talk about democracy and constitution and about India being a democracy, the issue is not so much the content. The issue is, yes, sir, I'm coming to you. But my point is that this isn't about whether the content of what you wanted to do and your intention was right or wrong.
No.
The question is whether it was done democratically.
No, I said this is what I said, that it was wrong. Any historian will condemn it. Any historian will condemn it. Newspaper, they will condemn it. Absolutely no one can recommend it. It was done in the garb of doing good to nation. It was simply to protect one person who had lost the election. The verdict was given against her, and that is the reason it was done. 12th of June, lost the High Court. 24th of June by the Supreme Court, and the 25th it was imposed. See, so this was any one person. I mean, you don't need a historian to know that. Any person who is a student of 6th or 7th class of history, he can tell you that this was absolutely unconstitutional. It was
so
wrong.
So is it wrong for the Indian Parliament in your sense, then, is it wrong for the Indian Parliament to commemorate a chapter
it was
like that?
It was absolutely good to remember that. It was absolutely so that it should not be repeated in future.
Okay, Sujata Paul, you want to respond to that?
So
Can't
that
the,
should not be
can't the
present.
Congress party also become part of just remembering the fact that emergency happened? As Neeti Jain said, you asked what
Yes,
could
they
be
should.
done.
They had they done, their image would have been much better, because as the Congress spokesperson already admitted, that Indira Gandhi has already apologized it. So what is wrong in it?
Yeah, okay,
see,
Sujata
see,
Paul.
no one is ideal. No
The
human being is
BJP
ideal, nobody.
counterpart also
They could
asked
have
the
done
same
it.
question.
They could have easily done it.
If you believed that this is a regretful episode, you could have at least maintained silence for those 2 minutes.
You know, Shivani, the problem with
It would
the
have been
present
graceful on their
government
part.
you know, with all due respect to Mr. Bhatt, who has given both sides, and I really respect him for that, because obviously we have to learn from history and then move on, and we must not forget it also. But using an instance and politicize it, that is what the problem is. You know what happened with the Ram Mandir issue. Ram Mandir was an issue that the BJP was banking on. They did not get votes in the name of Ram Mandir. Why? Because they politicized it. And then they started condemning us for not going there for their program, the RSS BJP program. Similarly, when you're bringing up emergency and passing a resolution without putting it on the agenda, and then politicizing it for, to prove a particular point,
Okay.
to attack Indira Gandhi, that is my problem.
Okay, politicization of an episode like emergency. Neeti Jain, very quickly, 30 seconds left.
No, so they think everything is being politicized. The session has not even started. This is like a precursory speeches that are being made by the head of states, and they are talking about it. It was that the date was just there and it was commemorated. That doesn't make a difference. It was not being politicized, definitely. And to bring in Ram Mandir in this, Ram Mandir pe humne kabhi vote nahi manga hai. Ram Mandir has always been an issue of faith and astha for us. It was never about the votes, and we have maintained that ever since Advani ji, and after that everybody has said the same thing. It was never about the votes. It was
Okay.
always a matter of faith. So to bring in Ram Mandir and not going there does not make sense. I think emergency, my basic point being, if you are sorry for what happened, take action about the people who are still in your party, and next time maintain that 2 minutes silence
Okay.
so that people know that you actually
Salim got
are
interrupted
sorry
the last
about
time.
it.
I must
And you will
give him
always
30
have a
seconds.
problem.
Once again, Neeti and Sujata ji, please hold on now. Salim, 30 seconds.
No,
Is
see, I think
Congress
it was
making too much of this whole emergency thing? They should not be so touchy about it. Ultimately, this is about Indian politics. This is not so much about a party alone.
I think it's BJP's back to whataboutery of not talking about the real issues, the problems at hand, but then going about the past history. No one is justifying emergency, but they have apologized.
real
We have
issues
forgiven.
to ab
We have
shuru
moved past
honge.
it.
Neeti,
Now
not like
the-
this,
now
not
the
like this.
country is
Neeti,
emergency.
not
Now the
like
country
this.
is
Thank you.
undeclared emergency.
Okay. Thank
Now
you.
the country is undeclared emergency. Let's face that. Let's talk about jobs. Right? So why are we going back 50 years, 100 years? What happened in previous term of Mr. Modi? He was only talking about Nehru. Right? When Nehru
Okay.
has done so much for the country. So let's talk about the real issues.
Real
Jobs.
issues versus what is
And
in the
unemployment
past.
is highest in
Let
the
the
world.
public decide if that is how it stands or not. I do thank our guests for joining us.